I'm good.
Good. Good.
I'm
Nice
good.
to know that from our
Yeah,
leader.
it's been a busy week. So, there's a lot of things happening. So, yeah, but we find the energy, we find the space, we find the time to do everything that we need to do.
True.
Discipline.
Yes, absolutely. We are
Okay.
not as good as you in that, but you must be much better.
Say we are going to be good.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. We are on the way. We are work in progress.
Work in progress. Yes.
And never compare yourself to anybody else, because what
Ah,
challenges are there in your life, you know, and you
true.
are doing your best to, like, tide over them. So
True.
never ever compare yourself to somebody else.
That's also.
It took
That's
me 10 years to get where I am. So
yeah.
everybody takes their time. People who started with me are way ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I can say that they are better than me. Yes, they are better than me, but like, I'm moving at my own pace, you are moving at your own pace, and everything is
Mm.
perfect.
Right. That's,
Okay.
thanks for the
So
inspiration.
remember that.
Yeah. It's a lot of inspiration.
Okay, so today we are talking about life purpose. All right. Last time, who had asked me? Vikram? Vikram had put this question, right, about life purpose.
Vikrant and Vinay for
Yeah, Vikrant. Right. Okay. I keep mixing up the names. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. uh, okay. So where is he? He's gone somewhere.
who's he'll be back.
Okay. So what is your perception, all of you, of life purpose? Let me know, like, what do you think about
Uh, why were you born on
it?
Earth?
Yeah,
To find out why we came.
right. So why were you born? Why did you come?
That is something which is very difficult to understand. We haven't yet cracked it.
Okay, but if you were to close your eyes and think about it, okay, like, okay, this is what my purpose is. What would it be? First thought, first, like, impression. What would it be?
For soul experience.
To
Soul
experience.
experience. Okay, lovely, lovely. And anybody else?
To learn certain lessons in life.
To learn certain lessons in life. Okay, right.
Yeah.
You
We
are
have come.
doing great. Yeah,
To go through your way through the healing, or to improve yourself so that you heal yourself as
correct. Yes, to improve
Yes,
yourself as well. Yes.
continue from where we left in the last life.
Can I speak?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, continue from where you left off in the last life. Like,
Yeah, God has
yeah.
left. Sent us here for a reason,
Hmm.
and there is a purpose for us to be here and
Yes,
to serve.
absolutely. Yeah. So we can carry on what we left off and come for completion. Right? Okay. Who was the other person who was wanted to speak? Somebody said they wanted to speak, right? No?
That was Sudha.
Sudha. Okay. Fine. Okay. So life purpose is, the way I look at it, I divide it into two categories. Have a paper and pen with you. Make a note of it. There's life purpose and there's soul purpose. This is how I divide it. Okay. Now, life purpose, there are certain roles in this life that you play. Okay. You're born as a daughter, you become a sister, and then wife, and like mother, and so on and so forth. Okay. There are so many roles that you play. For men, you're a son, you're the inheritor of the lineage that you're born into, and then you become a husband, or maybe you become a lover before that, and then you become a husband, and then you become a father, and then grandfather, and so on and so forth. If you are in the corporate way, or like, you have a career, you have a business, you have a job, so that also becomes a part of one of the roles that you're playing in your life. Okay, so whatever we are, the life purpose is all about being in service to others. So whichever roles you're playing, you're serving. If you're a son, you're serving your parents. If you're a daughter, you're serving your mother and father, isn't it? When you become a wife or a husband, you serve your spouse or the extended families that come with the spouse, right? So that is one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is the talents that you have within you, the innate talents that you have, the special qualities, the special skills that you have. Maybe you're good at singing, maybe you're good at dancing, maybe you're good, you're a very good mechanic. Okay, so that is your talent. A person who has a garage and he's very good with the cars and the mechanisms of the car and everything else, that could be his talent. That could be his life purpose, to help people with mending their cars and making them beautiful and everything else. So that is your talent. The next aspect would be, what are your strengths? You are good at certain things. Okay, now don't mix up with the talent and what your strengths. Your strengths could be, you're very resilient, you're very patient, you are very strong, you get over a crisis pretty quickly, you are a quick thinker. Okay, and you are very compassionate with other people, you understand others, you are very helpful. These are all the qualities that are your strengths. Okay, so first the roles that you play in your life, the second is the talents that you have, and the next was the strengths that you have, right? Now what about the passions or the things that you feel very passionate about? Can any one of you all tell me, if is there anything that you're extremely passionate about? Like, it really shakes you up, it really rattles you, it really makes your blood boil, or it makes you, like, very feel for that cause or feel for that aspect very deeply, something that you're very passionate about.
For me, it is sense of justice.
Sense of justice. Okay, lovely. And anybody else?
Intolerance.
Intolerance towards what?
You see, basically, where you don't tolerate another person's point of view, another person's right to live, another person's right or freedom to follow the religion they profess.
So you feel very much like passionate about?
I think liberties, that.
Okay, so you feel passionate about people getting their liberties,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so it's not intolerance, it's about liberties.
Liberties.
Again, on the same lines, what she said like was justice, isn't it? But on a very different parameter, you term it as liberty. See, two very similar things, but how differently two people think. Can you see that? They are similar and yet different. So whatever you're passionate about, so that is also an indicator of what your life purpose is. Now, all these things put together can be sprinkled over your lifetime, right from the time you're born till your whatever age you are today. And it could change from time to time. When you're done with one life purpose, understand I said it is about service to others. So, to take a very common example, women, when they get married, they are supposed to be moving into their marital home. And as such, it is considered that their life purpose or their duties towards the parental home is over, which it should not be. I don't really agree with that. But that is how society sees it, isn't it? That is how the system has been set up in the society. So there could be a time when you will have come to a stage where you feel, I need to move on. I need to find something else to do. I'm done with this. For example, when you're doing in a career or a job, you have been working in that same position or same company, same career for very many years. And there comes a time you feel like I've had enough. And then you want to start afresh. Okay. That means your life purpose towards that job, towards that group of people is over. And now you're ready to start on something new. And when you're ready to start off afresh, then you start looking at your talents, you start looking at your passion, and you start looking at your strengths. Okay. And these will be indicators of what your life purpose here on and henceforth will be. Like I said, it keeps changing. It will change. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you may have to go back to one of the life purposes sometime or the other, briefly or for a longer period of time, but that's okay. Now, all these things put together, like I said, is the life purpose. And the another, the how do you recognize your life purpose, right? How do you get in tune with your life purpose? The very first thing is you have to be very, very clear in your head what it is. What is your passion? What is your strength and where your talent lies, and how you want to proceed with these three things. Am I making myself clear? Yeah? Okay. So I'm repeating that. You have to be very clear about how you want to proceed with your passion, with your talents, and your strengths so that you work on a future or current life purpose. Second most important aspect is you have to be in alignment with your life purpose. What does it mean by being in alignment with your life purpose? A person might say, many people have a lot of dreams. Oh, I could have become this, or oh, I could have become that. Oh, I had such great talent in this area of my life, but blah, 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 blah happened, and I had to give it up, and now I'm this. Okay, you know where your strength was lying, right? You knew your passion, you knew your talent. So can you take it up now? You couldn't take it up that time, but can you take it up now? Can you align yourself with that purpose? You know your passion, right? Oh, I couldn't do it earlier. That was your passion. Your strength. Oh, I was so good at playing the guitar. Oh, I was so good at, like, doing accounts or whatever. It could even be cooking for that matter. It could even be raising children. Nothing is out of the periphery or parameters of life purpose. A housewife, for a housewife, cooking could be a life purpose. It could very well be a life purpose. Even the ladies who come to our house to help us with cooking and stuff, that could be their life purpose. To go in every house and cook for that family, then go to the next house and cook for that family, and then go to their own house and again cook there as well. That could be a life purpose as well. Nothing is small or big when it comes to life purpose. All right. So being in alignment, we were talking about. When you understand that you have missed out on something, that you want to go back to it, and you are passionate about it, align with it. Aligning with it is, what are you going to do about it now? What steps are you taking to hone that talent, to make that strength a reality, or, like, make use of that strength in today's time, and how you put forth that passion out to the world for the benefit of yourself and for others. Remember, when you're serving others, you also serve yourself.
Sorry to interrupt you, but here's one question.
Yeah.
Like when you said you could be better at something earlier, which you now
Yes.
realize. But
Right.
can that be like your life plan? Maybe that being doing that was not the thing, when you say that everything happens for a reason.
Mhm.
So maybe you could not take up that because maybe that was not the
Right
plan.
time. Maybe that wasn't the
Or
right time.
yeah, and suppose in, for example, in the streams, like
Hmm.
where if you've taken medical, okay, but
Okay.
you realize that your maths was strong, but due to some reason you could not go to the commerce or computer science, but now you realize. So now you can't go back to that thing.
Right. Yeah.
So how, what about that?
You could find something alternative on the similar lines. Okay. The key to this whole, the question that you're asking me,
Ah,
the key answer to it would be, are you happy pursuing that medical profession? Okay. You said you were good at math, but you had to pursue a medical profession. But the question, big question mark is,
are
are
you,
you happy being in the medical profession?
so
Because
what?
if you're not happy doing it, you're not serving with a full heart. Okay, your heart is not into it, so your mind is also not going to be really there, all there. And whatever service you give, it's going to be half-hearted, and it's not really going to serve either you or the other person. It's not making anybody happy,
Okay. So
right?
if you are happy, then it is like, okay, you are in alignment. So you're
Whatever, yeah,
perfect.
whatever your life purpose is, you will be happy doing it. You will definitely find a joy in doing it. You will want to get up every day in the morning ki like, oh, I gotta do this. Like, I'm raring to go. I want to do this. Like, it's not like abhi jana padega. Now I have to go to work. Now I'll have to face my boss. Now I have to go travel in the train, or I have to travel in the metro, or whatever. You know, those feelings don't come
Got
when
it.
you're on the right track. It is always ki like, fine. Even if I have to cross rivers, even if I have to climb mountains, I'm happy to do this. You get the picture, okay? Yeah.
But Jyotika, does your life purpose change also over a period of time? For example, people get sick of cooking, which they enjoyed at one point of time, and
Mm-hmm.
then they realize that, okay, I'm done with it. So
Yeah.
does it mean that your life purpose changes over a period of time?
Yes, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. Because you're done with that. Like I explained earlier, you want to start afresh, right?
Right.
So cooking
Right.
was like something you enjoyed a lot. You loved having, being the host of parties. You loved inviting people home. You loved feeding your family, your children, and anybody and everybody. You went to work, you took dabbas everywhere, like, tiffins. Oh, try this, try that. But then there comes a time when you're like, okay, that's
Enough.
enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's enough. I can't do this anymore. I just can't. And then you look for something that then calls out to you,
Okay.
maybe something else. And even if you didn't have a talent before, even if you didn't have any strength before, you start looking for it, and you will find it.
Okay.
When you start looking for something more meaningful to do, when you ask for it, when you ask, the guidance will come, the synchronicities will happen, people will come into your life, bringing you opportunities of different talents, passions, strengths, whatever. And then you can pick and choose from that. Like, okay, I never thought I could do this. Like 10 years ago, I had never written a line of poetry. But one fine day, I was just sitting by the window, and it was raining outside, and the smell of the first soil, wet soil during the monsoons. And it inspired me so much that I started, like, stringing a few statements together. And I said, oh my goodness, I am a poet today. I had never been able to do that. I was always like, how do people write poetry? How do they do that? And here I was suddenly, like, writing it myself. So when you ask for something new, it will come into your life. All right. Okay. Speaking of going, anybody else, any questions? No? Okay. Coming back to the alignment aspect of it. How do you get into alignment? And here is where the second big um, the second factor, which I was talking about earlier, comes into picture. That is your soul purpose, right? Until now, all that we were talking about here was the life purpose. Okay, and you get into alignment with it. How do you get into alignment with it? And that when you get into alignment with it, it leads you to your soul purpose. Your soul purpose is all about becoming a better person than you are or were before. It is like the school of life. Okay, you are in kindergarten and then you go to upper kindergarten, you move on to the first grade, you move on to the next, and so on and so forth, graduating each grade and moving up to a higher class. So your sole purpose is all about becoming a better person, moving to the higher class. You have come from a previous lifetime, whether you believe it in a lifetime, in many lifetimes or not, that is irrespective. Uh, Even in this lifetime, you are moving from one character to another every day. And it is your sole responsibility, your responsibility to become a better person, to keep working on yourself so that you improve as a human being. Our soul characters are basically to be happy, to be peaceful, and to be at ease. Right? Every time you must have heard people saying that, like, we are souls in a human body, right? So, the soul character of us is to be happy, peaceful, and at ease. But are we like that? No, because of the many conditionings that we have been, like, taught during our growing up years, and of course also through our own experiences, all the things that we have absorbed into our life, we are in a state of unrest, in a state of anxiety, and always, like, in a state of, like, a little unstable most of the time, unbalanced. However, that is the sole purpose, that to move from this state of unrest to the state of calm, from this stressful state to move to a place of stability, and from unhappiness to move to happiness. You become your soul character. A very, very tall order, yes, but not impossible. Okay? And how do you go about improving yourself, bettering yourself? Is you have anger issues, drop them. Recognize your anger issues. Recognize that you have an ego. Recognize that you are prone to living in victimhood. Recognize that you are manipulative. Recognize that you like to wallow in self pity. Recognize that you are being judgmental all the time about other people. We do this all the time, okay? All of us do this one time or the other. And it has become very habitual with us for to do all these things. So the sole purpose is to drop all these negative characteristics and become a more soulful character, a more peaceful character, a more happier character, a more content person. All right? And when you're in alignment with all your life purposes, it becomes easier to move to your soul purpose, to work on your soul purpose. Because when you're happy, okay, like I said, it's a joyful thing to be in alignment with your life purpose. So when you're happy, you are going to be nice to other people. You're going to give them the liberty to be themselves. You're going to be fair with them. You're going to be kind to them, right? And you will be very generous with them as well. So when you're in alignment with your life purpose, you automatically start graduating towards your soul purpose as well. And that's the whole beauty of being human and having a soul in this human body, or whatever, like, concept you want to put it in. That's the whole beauty of being who we are. All right. So yes, that is that. Where are we? It's already 30 minutes up. Any questions anybody has about this? We have
Yes,
time
we
Yeah, I
limitations,
had a
so
question. I had a question.
tell me.
So it was very nice to listen to what you've said, and so so when we are born, so we probably our souls have a set of life, targets that we have when we are born. Is that correct?
Yes, we come with a life plan. Yeah, the
Sorry.
life plan. We come with a life plan. We decide the experiences that we are going to go through in this lifetime, so that we learn the life lessons that we need to learn, and so that we move towards the soul purpose, overcoming all the obstacles that we have set for ourselves.
Right. Right. So I wish we could, actually map it, like how far away are we from the, I wish it was more transparent. I really wish it was some kind of a communication that could actually give you something in hand. And okay, this is how much far are you from your soul goal.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
know I'm asking too much, but
No, I mean, like, there's no quick fix solution to this. Okay,
yeah,
because it requires a lot of deep introspection, uh, retrospection of your entire life from the time you were born till now, the experiences, the roles that you have played, the talents that you had, you have, and that you want to, like, explore, the strengths that you have, the weaknesses that are coming in the way of, like, utilizing those strengths, and and what you feel very passionately about. When you chalk down all these things, okay, and then make a whole analysis or introspection about the whole thing, probably you will get an idea. Yes,
yeah,
we could do a little meditative process to, like, just zone in on it, but I don't
right.
know if we have the time for it. Ankita, please tell me.
Thank you.
Ankita?
Anything you want to do.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of questions, so if you'd like to take those,
Yeah, sure.
then
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah, let's do that.
Judith, I just had a quick question. I read a book once which talked of old souls and young souls.
Yes.
Their souls. So, what I wanted, and that said, if you're reading this book, you obviously are old soul because a young soul would not reach onto it. So, what I wanted to understand was, as souls age, would the life purpose also change with the ages of the soul, so to say? And the second thing I wanted to ask, there are people you see who are full of negativity and, if one may say, evil towards everyone and all. Now, what kind of soul purpose would a person of that kind have? Or are they totally off track, off alignment?
Okay. Those are very young souls. They have a lot to learn. Okay. They have a lot to learn. People who have become tolerant and compassionate towards others are old souls. But people who are absolutely no compassion, no feeling, no sensitivity, anything, they are young souls. They have so much more to learn. And they will learn during their, like, consequent lifetimes. And what is the second question you asked me? What could be their life purpose? Okay. Their life purpose is to trigger the old souls, to put it very briefly, to challenge the old souls. You're like, are you really, like, good enough to be in this higher class? Or do you need to be demoted? Because if you're not going to maintain that equilibrium that you have achieved during all those lifetimes, you are going to be demoted. And yes, be thankful to these young souls. They are challenging you, and they are making sure that you stay up there. So be kind to them, be thankful to them. Tell them, okay, um, what the best thing, if they are really, really, really getting in your way, then what you could say to them is like, I don't need you to trigger me. I don't need you to make things hard for me. I relieve you of this responsibility of making me learn my life lessons. I choose to learn my life lessons on my own with ease, joy, and glory. I relieve you of the responsibility of it. Yes, Raka. Does that answer your question, Vikram? Unmute yourself, darling.
Shalini, question.
Yeah, hi. Good evening,
Okay.
Jyotika and
Yeah,
everyone.
Shalini, tell me.
I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, yes, I can. Yes.
Thank you so much for this wonderful session. And it's a little strange that just a couple of days back, I was reading a book and I was asking myself this question: what is my soul purpose? And here you are giving me an explanation. I don't know. I mean, it's a wonderful coincidence, right? Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. My question to you, a quick one, is that I read somewhere that, when people suffer from anxiety or depression, that the soul is going through a dark phase, and to believe in the fact that something good will come out of it. So is that true?
It depends situation to situation. Okay, we all like to believe that thing good will come out of the situation, and if you believe in divine intelligence vis-a-vis our human intelligence, then do you think divine intelligence is better than human intelligence?
Yes, I suppose so. Obviously, they're there to
Okay.
guide us.
Yes. So we do go into a depressed state due to certain experiences, due to certain, um, yeah, whatever is happening around us, or we assume to us. But I'm sorry, I lost myself. What was the question again?
So I read somewhere that when the soul is going through a dark phase,
Hmm, hmm.
they go into
Okay, yeah,
anxiety. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Is it
So
for the
at
growth of
that
the
point
soul?
of time,
Yeah,
we don't realize. Okay, we don't
correct.
realize that it is for our good. Like, but in the longer run,
Okay.
we see in the longer run, on hindsight, we think, oh, I'm so glad that thing happened to me,
Mhm.
because if that had not happened to me, I wouldn't be here where I am today.
True.
Today I'm in
Yes.
a better position or in a better state.
Mhm.
Okay, if I had continued living with blah 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 blah, all right,
Mhm.
I don't know what my life would have been today. I'm glad I went through that, because today I'm a better person. When you go through a bitter experience, you become more compassionate and more loving towards the other person, because you understand the pain of depression,
Right.
right? And you don't want that to happen to any other person, and you're there for that person, supporting that person. Of course, you could also become bitter, but that, again, that's a young soul.
Okay.
Okay? So yeah, in the longer run, it does turn out that it was probably for the best, whatever happened. But at that point of time, it is very difficult to make anybody understand. I mean, like, just consider the scenario where you are going through depression and somebody is coming and telling you, don't worry, it's all for your good. Huh? I mean, you want to
Yeah.
slap that person. You want, like get lost. You don't even know what I'm going through. Like, how insensitive can you be? Isn't it?
Mm.
So don't say that to anybody. Like, don't worry, things will get better. And don't worry, this is all for your good. Don't worry. No. Just
Mhm.
hold space for that person. Be kind to that person. Say, yes, I understand. I'm sorry this is happening with you. I hope things get better. I'm holding space for you. Cry if you have to. Cry. I'll give you my shoulder to cry on. Just let it out. Give them to grieve. Give them time to grieve. Give them time to feel that emotion. Let them get over it. Don't dismiss their emotion. कि like, हाँ सब ठीक हो जाएगा. What's the big deal? No, it's real for them, isn't it? It's real for them
Yeah.
what they are doing.
Right. Thank you so much, Jyotika.
Yes. Who's next?
Yeah, I'm Divya here. I
Yes.
have a question. Can a soul have more than one purpose?
Life purpose, like I said, yes, there could be many. It could keep changing. Yes.
Okay.
But the sole purpose is basically to become a better person.
Mm-hmm.
To
Okay,
heal
what is
yourself, because we are also carrying, like I said, you drop your anger issues, your ego issues, and all those judgmental problems that you have, and all at the same time during your life experience, um you absorb so many hurts and pains and store all that trauma in your body, isn't it? So you release all that, you heal yourself, you make sure that it is all released from your body, from your mind, and only then you can rise to become that better person that we are talking about, to that, towards that soul character. Because if because of your experience, if you're holding that sadness and you're holding that depression that we were talking about earlier, how are you going to move to the soul character? So you have to heal that pain, you have to heal that trauma, you have to release it from your body and mind and your spirit, and you move to the, like, towards your soul purpose. You become a better person, become a closer to your soul character. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, sorry, I just want to clarify one question. Just now you were saying about the young souls, right?
Yeah.
So if suppose there are people who are triggering you all the time, so you're, according to your explanation, they're supposed to be young souls. But what if they are also spiritually inclined? So that doesn't seem like they are a young soul, right?
Sorry, come again. They are spiritually inclined.
They are spiritually inclined, maybe they pray a lot, they meditate too. So, but they keep triggering, they don't have compassion or understanding. So it seems like
I love
they
this
don't,
question.
they are spiritually inclined. I don't think a young soul is very like prone to wanting to pray, to meditate. Yet if they are doing that, and yet they don't seem to understand and have compassion for people, and they keep triggering, and it's ego for them, but other people, they can do whatever they want, then what category are they in?
How real is their praying? How real is their understanding of what is written in those scriptures? How real is their behavior according to the scriptures, or what is written in the scriptures, or what the ascended masters and all the gods and goddesses are teaching? How much is of that is real for them? Are they behaving like that? Are they talking like that? Or are they
they
just
they
or are they
they
just
read,
reading and not
they
understanding
they
and
read,
not
they
putting it in
understand.
practice?
I think the don't put into practice part is more real. Yes, they understand, they read it, they understand what the thing actually says. But like what you're explaining, when a person goes through the kind of pain, so they have become more compassionate, and then they know when another person is going through, then they can feel, right? That's seems to be an old soul category. But you read, you understand, but you don't practice it on other people, then what category are they?
Do we really need to put people into category, darling?
No, is this a conflicting, like, why do they,
See,
if they're so
understand.
mature, why are they behaving like
Okay,
that?
okay. Just hold it there. Just hold it there. Okay. What other people do is none of our business.
Okay.
When you are moving up, okay, when you are giving your exam, do you look left, right, or everywhere? Or are you focused on your exam and writing what you're doing? You're focused on one
Focused.
focus, right?
Yeah.
Focus on yourself.
Okay.
Focus on yourself. What they are doing, if they are copying, they are cheating, or they are talking to each other, or they are not writing the exam at all. Not your problem.
It's not, but it affects us because they behave that way towards us.
Exactly. When you focus on yourself,
Yeah.
everything else falls out. Yes, they trigger you. I understand that. You're living 24/7 with them. So they push your buttons all the time. It's very difficult to not
Yes.
see what they are doing, not feel what they are doing. Okay? But understand one thing, who is getting triggered?
Me.
Whose problem is it?
Mine.
Who should solve it?
I can't control their behavior towards me.
But you can control your reaction.
But I'm human.
I
There's a
understand.
point at which you
I
just
understand.
break.
I understand. I had this question like, many years ago. And you know what that lady told me?
Yeah.
वो देते हैं तुम लेते क्यों हो?
I don't understand Hindi. Sorry.
If they are giving it to you, why
Uh-huh.
are you taking it?
Being human is not counted.
That was my answer as well. Hey, that's exactly right. I said, how can I not be affected? I am human. Why can't they see that? But the thing is, I couldn't see it myself. Again, let me put it in another perspective. If somebody offers you a rotten apple to eat,
Uh-huh.
will you eat it?
No.
So they are giving rotten attitude to you. Why are you taking it?
So just continuously keep ignoring it and
Yes.
keep at it.
Focus on yourself. What is the trigger? What is the trigger? What emotion does it bring up in you? Irritation,
Disrespect.
anger. Tell me what emotion it brings up in you.
How disrespectful the person is of us. Like
That
not
is a
even a
thought.
little.
That is a
Okay.
thought. Emotion, feeling,
anger,
anger,
irritation,
irritation. That is
frustration.
what you need to drop. They are here to teach you to get over your anger problem, to become
Okay.
more tolerant towards such people.
All right.
Okay? So you have to
Okay.
get over your irritation, you have to get over your anger.
Okay.
So that
Understood.
focus on yourself. What you need to do, what they are doing. Okay, they did this. Fine. What has it done to me? It has made me angry. It has made me irritable. It has made me such a angry person. It has made me a irritable person. So I need to change that.
Okay. Got it.
I need to move to the next class. I have to pass my exam.
Okay.
Focus. You, and you. It's
All
all
right.
about you. It's never about the other person.
Sure. Thank you. The other thing was that there's a difference between life purpose and a soul purpose, right? Life is just for this life. Soul is for the long term. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. So who else? I see two hands still up in the air. Himani, you're done?
No. Himani, you can unmute.
No. So my thing was related that when we are triggered by someone, something done by people. So basically, it is said that what is in you, a part of you, they are reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when I introspect, I don't find some of the things which I see, and sometimes the decisions taken by other persons, especially in office scenarios, you have to keep acting on the commands and things because the other person is too high with their decisions. Once taken, they will not listen. So these kind of scenarios when the actions are impacting you, otherwise, like,
What
so
is your
what in
question,
such
Dali?
scenarios?
What is your question?
So my question is, yes, a part of me I see in the other person. Whatever triggers me or irritates me or what I don't approve of the other person is something
In
which
me
I
as
have
well.
inside.
Yeah.
So how true is that?
To quite an
Yeah.
extent, yes. But that's a very complex issue. There's a fine line between, like, what you actually see in the other person and it's there in you, and what you see in the other person, it may not be there. There's a fine line there. It's a little more deeper, like, introspection and yeah.
Yeah, learning, I know, yes, I have learned from their behavior. I have
It's like
evolved. I
it's
have
like
gone into my path of things. So yeah,
it's like you must have heard peeling
how
a
to
onion
end that
layers.
learning also.
You must have heard about the whole concept of peeling the layers of
Hmm.
an onion.
Hmm.
Okay. So there are many layers to this question that you're asking me. And when you keep peeling one layer, then you'll actually get to the bottom of it. See, what is it in you? It's not so easy to see what is in you. What is. mirroring what you are mirroring.
Right, right. I'm learning things and lessons, and what I should not do. Yeah, that is always there. So that I'm, but yes, I have noted down the affirmation. I think that will help me. That time for me to learn on my own, and I free you of this responsibility. I think I need to do that. That should help me.
Don't
Do
go too
that.
much deep into the mirroring aspect of it, that like what is there in them is in me, because that comes at a much later stage when you have, like, passed a few grades. So for now, focus on yourself, work on yourself, drop all your, like, negative characteristics, try to move towards your soul character, and by then you'll not even ask me this question. Okay, you'll
Right.
immediately see, and at the same time you'll also see ki, like, okay, not every time it is true. You'll be able to find that difference also, when it is true and when it is not true. All right, focus on yourself,
Okay.
work on yourself, patience, you'll get there.
Yes, yes. I have been. I have been working on myself for last, I think, now 3 years. So it's a good journey. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, lovely. Keep it up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Thanks.
Ankita is back, so Ankita wants to say something to me.
No, we're good.
All
All
right.
raised hands have been answered.
Okay, all done. All right. So do I have
So,
still 10 more minutes you can give me, darling?
of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Chalo. Let's do this. Close your eyes quickly. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Breathe in again and relax as you exhale. One more time. In and out. Allow your roots to go deep down to the center of Mother Earth and ground yourself, absorbing her energies through the roots into your body. Feel yourself completely grounded with Mother Earth. Align yourself with the great central sun high up in the sky. Bring down its energies through your crown chakra into your body and align yourself with the higher realms. We ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Zedkiel, and the God consciousness to surround us in their divine lights for our protection and safety. We are now shielded and safe. We call upon all the gods, goddesses, ascended masters, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and our personal guardian angel to be with us for this little process, this little journey of connecting to our higher self. We call Archangel Michael and our guardian angel to accompany us on this journey. Imagine or visualize or sense a thick, strong, white beam of light coming down from the heavens, from your higher self, straight down to your third eye, and infusing your entire body with this beautiful, brilliant white light. This beam of light aligns you with your higher self. Ask your higher self, what is that one talent that I need at this point of time in my life? Note down the answer, the very first thought, the very first answer. that you get. Make a note of it. Ask your higher self once again, what is that one strength that I can make use of at this point of time in my life? Listen to the answer and make note of it. Do not analyze, do not doubt, do not question it. Whatever comes as the first answer, note it down. And now ask your higher self, what is that one passion that I need to pursue at this point of time in my life? Make a note of what your higher self conveys to you. I will be quiet now for 1 minute. Have a conversation with your higher self, asking him how to bring in the joy of living on this planet into your life, how to connect to the resources that will lead you or help you to live your life purpose, how to make use of those resources. Have a conversation with your higher self. I give you 1 minute to do this. Okay. I trust the conversation with your higher self has been a fruitful one. You may ask one last question to your higher self. Ask your higher self, what do I need to do at this point of time in my life to get closer to my soul character? What is that what I need to drop in order to become closer to my soul character, to become the soul being that I am? Take a deep breath. Thank your higher self for always being supportive of your life purpose and holding your hand in walking towards your soul purpose. Along with Archangel Michael and your guardian angel, you now trace your steps back through this brilliant, white, strong beam of light back to your room from where you started this journey. Thank all the beings of light who had been present in support of this journey. We thank Archangel Michael and our personal guardian angels for accompanying us on this journey. Taking another deep breath. As and when you feel ready, you may open your eyes. Integrate yourself into your physical bodies. Come back to the here and now. Open your eyes with the knowledge that you are now one step closer to your soul purpose and moving in alignment with your life purpose. All right. So that was it for today, darlings. Thank you so much, all of you all, for your presence. I hope you all may have made a note of what your higher self has spoken to you, whatever answers you have got. They're like starting points for you to mull over, to contemplate, to introspect, and other guidelines that I have given you during this entire session today. Introspect on those, go back to your life, look upon your experiences, look upon your roles, your strengths, your talents, your passion, and see what you come up with. I'll be looking forward to your answers on the group, in the WhatsApp group. So, whatever you find out about yourself, do post it on the group. All right. Thank you so much.
Can I
And
ask you a question?
Thank you so much.
Can I ask you a question?
Ankita,
Yeah,
she can.
yeah.
We have time.
It's up to you.
Just one question. Okay, tell me.
No, you told that if somebody gives a rotten apple, it is not a good feeling for us when we take it like that. So can we give it back?
Why take it at all?
No, once they've given it already. So
No, you don't take it. You don't take it.
Ah.
They are giving it, but the choice is yours whether you take it or not.
Okay. It's
You can make that choice, right? You can make that choice whether to take it or not to take it. Once
It
you've
is-
taken it, like,
okay.
once you've taken it, it's done. And if you're going to give it back, I mean, then you're multiplying the karmic, entanglement.
Oh, it's like tit for tat, something like that.
Not very nice. Not very nice. So just don't take it. Okay.
Thank you, Jutika.
Yeah, thank you.
It was
my pleasure.
Really a different session today altogether. Like I did not expect anything like this to happen today.
You have Vikrant to thank that for. He put this question to us last time. So unlike my earlier sessions, I planned this session. So yes, thank you, Vikrant, for leading us into this whole process.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here and, getting so many insights which otherwise one would have never known. It's really nice being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
My pleasure.
Jyotika. It was
Entirely my
wonderful.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Jyotika.
much.
Bye and have a
Thank
good
you.
night's sleep,
Bye.
all of
Thank
y'all.
you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyotika. Bye bye.